That's when you get the negative feedback because you don't agree with how they think. Turns out Stern was like,
"Gotcha, bitch."
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Maybe they've learned something from every game, and this time it'll be different. What? What the? I gotta show everybody my wiener. Use my wiener.
I mean, it's basically a Led Zeppelin jukebox with flippers.
The game is going to sell. He just did a mic drop and then walked the hell out of the room. That's big dick energy if I've ever seen it. It's pinball. It shouldn't be too serious. I mean, if you take pinball to a serious level, you get The Godfather.
Lie back down.
I know I'm gonna get some hate from those of you out there that are probably doing it, but that's what it is. The back glass says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right there at the top, and 4 inches up, if that, the title's there again. That makes no sense. And I mean, what's concerning to me is that through the whole build process, no one brought it up that, hey, maybe we should make this a little bit better. No one mentioned it. We believe this idea to be the best course of action for us and for you, but mainly because it's gonna cost us nothing.
If he dies, he dies.
We need to find out what these suckers will pay for a crappy product that your toddler drew for us. She draws on a first grade level. And the thing is, I know one of the people over social media has informed me that a lot of the times, at least as of 3 years ago, majority of the things that I would post or say to them was fucking blocked. Why are you promoting and asking for deposits on a game that's still 6 months out? All right. Testes, 1, 2, 3. Let's do audio and video check before we get this roller coaster that's more than likely going to be rocky. Let's just be honest here, guys. But I'm a little excited about this stream, honestly. And if everything goes according to plan, I think that you'll enjoy it too. We made it through Cary's greatest hits so far. Greatest hits so far. I need to update that. I've got plans on updating that one. So who all do we have in chat currently right now? What's going on, Brandon? Welcome. Adam. We are about to go. Damon, thank you for joining here. Russell's here. Not Cuphead. Jojo Rice, welcome. Paul, went to Todd's live stream to tell him I was coming to your stream. Oh, no. Let's go from the Pinball Studio, which, by the way, I'm wearing a... before I switch that, let me make sure I switch this. I'm wearing a Pinball Studio t-shirt. Thanks for sending me the shirt there, Sterling. Russell's got the wife here. Cary, how high did you climb in Con? Because I sometimes do games just to see how high I can get. That is a grind, man, and that's going to be part of my review for that game when I get to that point, if you want to do that method. I don't recommend just doing just the climb. Jason, welcome. And Franchi, of course, here to shill for Spooky and all the gloriousness there. So here's what it is, guys. Before I get started on everything, you may want to tell your friends to hop on this stream, because my first guest is kind of a big deal. Enzo coming in strong with the $31. Buy some locks on your bed for your bedroom. That's kind of an inside story right there on the Patreon thing. In a nutshell, my daughter was asking from underneath the door if she was going to have a baby brother. All right, right, so, but yeah, let me message my first guest just to make sure they are ready to go. And then when I get the okay, then I will invite this individual on. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I do my best to not do that. I'm a little nervous about this / excited because it is someone that I highly respect in this industry / hobby. And all right, we got the go ahead. So before we get started, again, welcome to the channel, guys, where I talk and do everything pinball. We've had a bit of a dry spell when it comes to pinball news and all of that, but that's starting to wane down. Things are about to pick up. And before we get started, shall we do word of the day for this stream? Shall we? We can figure out what word I cannot say, or if I do say, then I've got to drink. Or I'm just going to drink anyway. So it's up to you guys. We can play this side game of word of the day. I should not be saying Cuphead. And the last word was topper. And that was something that I could really catch myself from saying. Can your liver take it? I would assume so. I can't say stern? No, that would be horrible because later on in this stream, guys, I've got another guest that's got some information that I think a lot of you are going to find very interesting. What's in the bottle? Get a little closer. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Kudos to Hector for supplying me with these bottles. Hector, I'm down to 2 bottles. This one and the one in the cupboard. Can't say code or coded. Not even on the rocks because I forgot to get some of my cubes made. So I'm actually using one of those giant whiskey pinballs. It's National Pinball Day, guys. So we're going to, celebrate as much as we can. So, 5 minutes, I'm going to give this individual a call. Hold on. He's messaging me right here. Oh my God, I just clicked on everything that I shouldn't have. Give me a second. Can't say weak or loose. I think I'll join you and pour a couple of fingers. Cheers. You know what? Let's do... Not a lot of chiming. Moist. Yeah, let me just use the word moist. I don't think I should be... I'll be using that word anyways. You guys aren't chiming in with what I can't say very well here. Okay. Wide body? Nah, I'm looking forward, let's do, I'm going to end up not saying that. I'm trying to find a word that would actually be challenging that I might actually say. Do we want to use Potter? I don't think I'm going to be talking about Harry Potter in this stream, though, guys. Can't say apparently? Okay, there you go. I like that. Because I'm pretty sure that's a word that I typically say. Is apparently. But you got to remember, if I say the word apparently, then you've got to spam it in chat for me to drink. Because I'm probably not even going to notice it. Because I'm pretty sure that's a word that I tend to say. Like, are you freaking kidding me? No. All right, guys, so I'm going to give this person a call here in 3 minutes. Paul
Give me some quarters,
Molinari
baby.
coming in strong with the $10 in chat. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Can't say y'all. Oh, man, I'm hoping this goes over good. I did a little bit of a test before the stream, and I think we should be okay. Oh, man. So, let me get him on here, and I'm sure that you're gonna recognize him just by his voice. I told him that this wouldn't be a long chat, but we'll see how it goes. Oh man, here we go. Hold on. People don't see you just yet. There
Hey, dude.
it is, guys. The one, the only, Roger Sharpe.
Where?
So, everyone, by all means, put in the chat, happy birthday, because today is his birthday. Roger, how old are you?
Oh, God, I'm older than dirt. Double sevens. I'd like to forget each and every year, but I'm not able to.
So, by all means, thank you very much for coming on here for a real quick thing. By all means, everybody should be celebrating today, and it's due to you and your actions and everything. So, I thought it was only suiting to have you on here. I would love to someday eventually have a legitimate discussion with you and everything, but I just wanted everybody to see the man, the myth, the legend right here. And if you don't know who he is, then by all means, you need to watch the movie that's all about him that I thoroughly enjoyed, by the way. I really enjoyed it. And the man who saved pinball. And I still, to this day, still see people sharing it on social media like, have you guys seen this movie? It is so great. And everybody's like, yeah, we saw this a long time ago. We all know it's great. But yeah,
Especially the teaser that somebody wound up doing in advance of the release. I think
yeah.
that was even better. So
Man,
there you
I
go.
wish I would have gotten a lot of assets earlier. I could have made it, even better. But I was like, I'm gonna just in my mind picture how things went down, make it a little more dramatic and everything. But Cary, please turn on subtitles. I'm hoping that you're loud enough. Talk again for me, Roger. Make sure people can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Perfect.
hopefully they can. I'm old. It's difficult for me to speak up.
On my screen, it looks like you should be good, but my mic turns itself down because I start getting excited. So let me turn myself up a little bit right there.
No, not a problem. And thank you for
Jack,
Give
reaching
me some
out.
quarters, baby.
Truly today is the first annual International Pinball Day, thanks to Joe Caravino and all that he's wound up doing to kind of bring that to the forefront. So very appreciative of all of that.
Yeah, well, by all means, we truly appreciate what it is that you've done for us, and it's something that I think about, and I was like, what am I gonna ask? I told you this would be a quick conversation. I don't want to take up too much of your evening. I'm sure you're there with the wife and eating cake or whatever and ice cream, but it's like at this age and all that you got, you're just that packed full of history, and that's one thing I always tell people. And when you're on podcasts and doing interviews, it's like they're like, oh, they tend to go on for a while, but I'm always like, I could listen to Roger just talk. I would be like perfectly fine sitting around a fireplace and just just keep talking to me, kind of thing. Just let me know all the knowledge that you have, and
Thank you for that. I mean, I know that my sons have made fun of me because I tend to be long-winded and I go on for days. So, it's not necessarily my adult years so much as it is just my style. So I'm trying to get better, truthfully. One word answers as best as possible, not to prolong the pain and agony for people listening.
it's not pain and agony for me. I find it as being something. Why does my mic keep going down? I'm gonna disable something here in a second, guys. I'm sorry, but it's wanting to automatically adjust for me, and I can fix that here in a second. Give me a bit. And now my dogs are barking. Where is that? Oh, let me fix that over here. to where it
Okay.
stops doing that.
Unless it's on my end, and if
No,
it is,
it's me. Uh, My dogs are over here barking like
what
crazy.
kind of dogs?
I've got dachshunds, so that's
Good
they
for
bark at
you.
anything that moves.
I have 2 beagles. It's okay. Talk about barking.
All right, so I don't know why it should be just fine. I don't know. I think it looked like it was actually disabled. So hopefully, why does it keep doing that? It's like automatically lowering me down. So this is what we're Roger. I want to ask you if there was anything, if you could go back in time to talk to yourself, what is something that you would have told yourself? I don't know, to whether it be make a certain point in your life easier, uh, just something that you feel like, man, if only I would have like told myself this, then things would have ended up, a certain way that you would, I don't know, prefer, like more, whatever kind of thing.
Wow. Nobody's ever asked me that.
Hmm.
Um, I've mentioned, and maybe in public, but also definitely in past with friends and family, that I have never lived my life with would have, should have, or could have. And I find that somewhat remarkable, just from the standpoint of not having any regrets for the good or the bad, all the things that have shaped me, and without wanting to get too philosophical about this. I think that, you know, if I could have gone back and told, all right, I don't want to be too morbid, especially on my birthday, but uh, I would have told myself, guess what? You're going to live longer than you think, truthfully. And we don't have to belabor why, but I think that all of the decisions that I have made brought me to a point where I am now. And I like where I am. Could things have been different? Absolutely. And much of what wound up occurring was out of my control. So, I mean, some examples. If I had made the decision, and there was no decision at that point to be made, when Mike Stroll offered me a position at Williams back in 1980 to become vice president, I could have taken that. I was on the East Coast, but I didn't. Um, when Don Osborne, the late Don Osborne of Atari, reached out asking me to come and work at Atari, and I didn't. Bob Bloom, Boyd Brown, asking me to come in and effectively step in to the role of Marshall Karras, what he was doing over at then Gottlieb before the takeover. And for whatever reasons, that didn't happen. Mike Stroll again stepping in and saving me from making a decision to go to Capcom before Capcom shut down. Um, so I look at all of those events with a different perspective, if you will. But as I said, I mean, in looking back at all of the various, we'll call them milestones, um, you know, I think the big thing probably was going to be telling my younger self, you are going to get back to the Midwest. I was on the East Coast. Uh, I accomplished and achieved a heck of a lot when I was in New York and my previous careers, but I always wanted to come back to the Chicago area. And that's where I wanted the boys to be raised. And, you know, at one point I used to think that dreams can come true. And in that particular instance, it did. So I don't know if that's the correct answer or at least the shortest one
Oh,
that we might have gotten.
I love how you answered to the point of like, you're gonna live longer than you think. I think that's a really great thing to tell yourself, especially when we don't know when the end is for us. And I think that kind of segues me into, I'm hoping this doesn't sound morbid, but death is inevitable. And so I guess my question to you is, when that day does happen for you, what
Yeah.
do you want to be remembered for?
Well, let me give you the answer. And then also let me share with you. I lost my father when he was very young. So I think that that kind of set things up that, you know, he passed away when he was 52 as a young person of 12, 13. You wind up thinking maybe 52 is my end date. So that was the premise for it. What I would like to hopefully be remembered for, um, God, that I was principled, that I was honest, probably to a fault, that I talked too much.
Definitely don't talk too
that,
much. Like I said, this stream could go on and on, but I'm trying to preserve your
that I
time,
was,
kind of thing. I could easily make this go on and on, but like I just wanted to get your feedback on a couple of those things because
you know, I mean,
a lot
I,
of people don't listen to podcasts, and I really wish that we had like a Rolodex of all the interviews that you've done. And I
uh,
would really like to get a copy of your book that is basically like so uber rare kind of thing. And I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to read the darn thing, but I would love for that to be like, re-released somehow or another kind of
I
thing.
may be able to surprise you about that last part. I uncovered a stash of a few books.
Oh,
So there may be a point in time, Cary, where that may become a possibility and a reality.
hell yeah. That'd be great. The and I guess we can kind of lighten this up, and then I'll let you get back to enjoying your birthday. Uh, I'm going to assume you're planning on attending Expo this year. So will people get to see you and meet you at Expo?
I am, and I have a few other events that people have reached out, both domestically as well as overseas, for me to be a guest. And it looks like the calendar's kind of filling up, not only for myself but also for Ellen,
Mm-hmm.
for the two of us to kind of travel hither and yon. So yes, to answer the question, I am planning on making it to Expo. All things being equal.
Yeah. So then the other question I have also when it comes to a show, what about pinball at the beach? Are you a beach person? Could we potentially get you out there in February in Florida, St. Petersburg at pinball at the beach?
Well, it's interesting that you would ask that unless you've already been talking to Ed and know
I
that
may have communications with all kinds of people in
there you go.
that.
And that I received an email today. I think it's what, February 6th to the 8th, just to give a plug for the
Mm-hmm.
show.
Yeah.
Um, I actually just came back from Florida. I have a house down further south outside of Fort Lauderdale. So, yeah, the idea of being up in St. Pete in February away from Chicago winter sounds very appealing. So I wrote back and said, yes, I'm open to that possibility. Didn't know if Ellen would join me. So we'll see about working out those details. But I was able to catch a short video that he shared with me that some fellow by the name of Cary Hardy wound up doing. And it looked pretty awesome, I have
It
to say.
because it is, and I am gonna have to keep messing with my mic right here because it keeps wanting to auto turn me down. I maybe my microphone is just too close, and I'll stand back. I'm going to assume that's probably the problem, but we'll try this, guys. Let me get the mic further away from me, and maybe it'll stay. I keep thinking that you're not going to be able to hear me, so we'll see. Is this distance? Are you able to hear me just fine? Kind of thing.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
have
I
to.
am.
Yeah, I mean you are, but sometimes in chat on like YouTube and everything, it starts coming in weird. But I could like see my damn thing much better on sound. Okay, good. All right, Roger. I'm gonna wrap this up. So it's good to know that it's very high possibility that we'll get to see you out there on the beach. I'm very thankful that you took the call and happy birthday to you and thank you very much for everything that you've done for this industry and that you will hopefully continue to do for this industry.
Hey, Carrie, my sincere pleasure, truthfully. And thank you for all that you wind up doing.
No,
I don't
thank you.
really keep track too much of podcasts and all the rest of it, but I know that you're one of the more formidable folks out there. And I think the fact that you touch so many people with all that you have to offer, unblemished, truthfully, I really do respect and admire that. So keep on doing all the good stuff that you do. And again, thank you for taking a few minutes away from all the other good stuff to give me a platform for a few minutes.
No problem, Roger. Thank you very much for taking my call. I'll let you get back to enjoying your birthday. Guys in chat, by all means, wish Roger here a happy birthday, Roger. I'll talk to you later, man.
Take care, my
All
friend.
right, bye.
Be good. Bye.
Oh my God, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be able to remove the smile from my face. Oh man, I would love to have a chat with Roger all the time. We've only ever chatted in person, kind of thing, and so it was great to speak to him over this. And like I said, I could have gone on and just made it solely talking to Roger, and hopefully my audio's coming in good now and it's not fluctuating in and out. Now that I'm further away from the mic, now that I'm not trying to deep throat my microphone, I'm hoping that the audio is coming in good for you guys. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Still low? Let me turn it up, or I'll just crank it up over here on OBS. Why is it wanting to? Oh, there. Maybe that's a little better. Please don't throat goat the mic yet. We'll see what I can do. So I do have a couple of other guests that are lined up. And I'm responding to some of the messages that are on here. But I do have a list of items here that I want to make sure that I crossed off the list. So I've already informed all my patrons about Pinball at the Beach, and we did somewhat of a small discussion right there with Roger. Look forward to, I want to say it's August, late August 23rd, around that time point is when Pinball at the Beach tickets are going to go on sale. All the tickets and all that information. I've got that information posted up on my Patreon, but I do highly recommend this show. I think that it definitely will be a sellout compared to last year. A lot of people last year were just kind of like, oh, it's a new show. It could be bad. It could be good, but you know, and now that word of mouth has gone around over the last 12 months, I definitely foresee people going, I missed out. I don't want to miss out this year. And so by all means, around August 23rd is when you should see the hotel rooms and the tickets and everything go on sale. And if you want to save a little bit of money on the tickets, then you may want to hold off for a Hardy promo code. Because, you know, guys, I'm like a lot of you out there. I want to pinch pennies wherever I can. I want to save some money kind of thing. And I always love saving you guys money. So if there's a product or a service or whatever that I can get you guys just a little bit cheaper, then I'm going to try for it. So, and with that being said, this month of August, I am actually the guest sponsor / takeover for Pinquest. And to segue into that, I believe I have Neil, who's owns Pinquest, on here, and I'm going to have just a quick chat with him if he's available. Let me see if he's ready to go. I'm just going to call him. If he's ready to go, he's ready to go. If he's not. But I wanted to go over a little bit of Pinquest with you guys here. And then after we talk with Neil, that's when I'm going to bring on somebody else, and we're going to start talking about upcoming titles. Potentially all titles for 2026. We'll see how it goes. All right, so let me give Neil a call here and see if he's ready to rock and roll. Let me see if he's even going to answer. If he's ready. He's ready? Can you hear me? Can you see me? All right. Neil, I need you to tell these fine people out there about Pinquest, because you had the first month that you came back, you had Loser Kid. They were the month of June, and then you had Nap Arcade that was the month of July, and now I'm the month of August that started today.
That is correct.
If you would like to tell people, I guess, a little bit more about this. And here's the thing, guys, when it comes to Pinquest, and this is something I was discussing with Neil when he was talking to me about it. This is the challenge that's currently in place, is the lack of information. and the lack of basically the people don't even really know what it is.
Yep.
And so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to spread the information, give all the information that you can, and not only that, we've got a promo code that will give you the ability to try Pinquest at no charge or anything for out there. So when it comes to location play and everything. So that's, again, trying to save some cash where we can right there, guys. So, Neil, in a nutshell, tell me all about Pinquest.
Sure, man. First of all, though, you didn't tell me I was going to be following up a legend.
Yeah,
so my heart's
right.
racing a little bit.
We got a long way to go on that one.
But now, man, I appreciate you having me on, and I appreciate you being the guest host. So, all right. So I want to dive in with what you've got going on as the guest host, first of all. So Pinquest, we have a national location. So as we grow, we wanted to make sure people didn't download the app and have nothing to do. So if you download the app right now and there's no location participating near you, there is our national Pinquest challenges. And that's what Cary is the guest host for this month. So we've got a couple of things going on. We have what we call a virtual league. So Cary gave us a game bank, and we had a couple games to
right here
yeah,
to see that.
Perfect.
And whenever it loads, all right. Zoom in. Oh, zoom out. All right, so here is the game bank.
Awesome. So yeah, so that's the game bank Cary picked for this month. So in that league, each week we're going to have 4 randomly drawn games from that game bank that players will then submit blind scores for. So you can go play these games anywhere. It doesn't matter if you play them at home, on location, but you're going to have the opportunity to submit your highest score. You get to submit 1 score for each game, so make sure it's your best score. All the scores go in blind. Now, to prevent cheating, something we do is you are not able to access a photo album or anything like that. We are using the camera and manual processing to make sure that people aren't cheating. But basically, when you get your top achieved score, you snap a photo, has to be alive, upload it, and then that score has been submitted for the week, again, blind. No one's going to see your score. At the end of the week, all the scores are revealed, and then we rank players by assigning points. So it's just like your traditional league. You're playing games, you're earning points each week. At the end, we accumulate. At the end of the league, the top 25 players are going to win a Cary Hardy enamel, super nice little pin. They're awesome. They're turned out way better. I don't know if anyone saw the Loser Kid ones. We're about to get the nap ones delivered, but you can see a picture of those Loser Kid ones on our Facebook page. And then we'll also do a random draw for 25 people to also have the opportunity to win one of those that doesn't fall in the top 25. We're also going to do a random draw for some Cary Hardy swag, as we do run Silver Ball swag as well. And the first place in that league will also get a special Pinquest League trophy. So, questions there?
Let's see. Was anybody having chat? What was it? It's like backing me off right here. So I guess I got to get the hell away from my microphone. Guys, I apologize for my mic coming in and out. It's aggravating me too. So so when it comes to this right here, basically what I'm asking for you guys out there in chat is to reach out to your local arcade. If you own a local arcade, then you need to visit the Pinquest website, and all the information is there. I've got a Hardy promo code that gives you the first month free, correct? So and if for whatever reason you see that that's not something that you want to do or something that you want to go further in, then you can cancel at any time.
Yeah, for sure. And do you want me to touch on what the operator tools are real quick?
If you can do it real quick, let me bring it up right here. The full PDF, I guess, is what this is. Oh my goodness, what's coming up over here now? Don't make me update Adobe. Don't you do it. What's new with Edge? All right, so I got it up on here now. So I'm not sure if you want to talk about it, but this is all the information right here.
Yeah, so there's a video on YouTube that goes over all of this. It's a little explainer video. It runs through each one of these slides and shows you all the features. But basically, the intent of Pinquest is it gives each location their own little ecosystem where they can basically, provide drive engagement and reward players for playing at their location. So you can set up custom quests each month and reward players in states that allow this. To earn what we call quest bucks. Locations can then they have an on-demand redemption shop where people can redeem those quest bucks to earn swag. There's also a full-blown league management tool in there. This is a super easy league manager, so location doesn't have to sign up for a bunch of different services. You can run absolutely everything inside of it. We also have a tournament manager. Now, as it is right now, we have pretty basic tournament functionality, but it's enough to, again, give a location that's not running these extreme tournaments and just wants to start, offering a different form of engagement with their patrons. So it's really, again, all-in-one encompassing package to drive engagement at your location. We are a monthly subscription fee. It's $29 a month if you have our redemption set up. Again, that's only available in certain states. 24 if you don't want to use redemption. And then we also have an extremely basic package that allows people to track their counts and their maintenance logs. And everything is included in our premium packages, including those maintenance logs. One thing that I really want to touch on that's kind of new to us is we have a feature called Pinquest TV. If you scroll down there, Cary, to the very bottom, it'll show Pinquest TV. But basically, we have a Amazon Fire Stick app, and people can display slideshows, leaderboards, yes, even other leaderboards. You just simply paste a URL. If you want to display your insider connected leaderboards in there too, it'll pop them up on the TV. There's no branding of Pinquest when somebody does that or anything like that. But it gives a location the ability to basically have an all pinball feed running on their TVs. So that's what I got in a nutshell. Hopefully I didn't confuse anyone. If anyone wants to reach out, I'm available.
Yeah, by all means, you can always reach out to him via the website or email. Is the email on your website for Pinquest and everything. You can download the app. That was the thing that he's like, yeah, download the app. But I was like, all right, find location. And I'm like, I'm not seeing anything around me. He's like, yeah, it's just in Colorado right now. So that's all I'm asking for you guys to do is to reach out to your local arcade, tell them about it, tell them to look into it. And like I said, Hardy promo code. What is the Hardy promo code? Hardy PQ?
Yep, Hardy PQ.
All right, so I'll try to put that into the video description down below, guys. That way you operators out there can give it a shot. See if you like it, you don't like it, it was for you, but basically you're just trying to spread the word about it.
That's right. And it works for trade shows too, by the way.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
all right,
there we
Neil,
go. Cool.
I'm going to let you go. Thanks for coming in here.
Thanks so much for the time.
No problem, man. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. I know it seemed like I was throwing advertisements in there, but I'm trying to help him out and spread the word. And that's the thing is that when you have a company, a business like this, and you're trying to spread the word, it's difficult kind of thing, especially when you have a big competitor technically with Insider connected. But this is another option that you have at a location to challenge things and potentially get swag. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So let's finish up let me reach out to the next guest here, and we'll see if we are ready to go. Surprisingly enough, I'm actually on schedule. What I was telling these individuals what time that we would be doing this. Okay, guys. So we're going to bring on an individual now. Oh no! It's this
What's
guy.
up? Am I coming into the interwebs clear?
I think so. Probably louder than me, more than likely. I guess I gotta get further back, dude.
Let me take these off so I can listen. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
So, in case you haven't already recognized, this is Don from Don's Pinball Podcast, and some of you are probably going, "Why?"
Right. The heck do I know?
Yeah. So
I got my cadaver scrubs on. I was just out there burying some bodies. I mean, doing automotive work, and you happen to catch me here.
You look very clean for someone that was working on a diesel truck. So I guess what it is that I'm sure people are curious about this. I know I'm definitely curious about it. I stumbled across this on your Patreon page. You
Notice.
posted up 6 different themes, and you merely asked, "Hey guys, what do you think about these themes right here?" kind of thing. And I was like, "Well, I know a couple of those are actually in the works right now, so I think somebody knows something more than just." I think this is fishing kind of thing. So I reached out to you, kind of curiosity, and I didn't know if you wanted to divulge this type of information and discuss it a little bit in a little bit of time that you have, or what.
Sure. So, I mean, like one of my favorite things about this whole hobby is the speculation. What's coming next? Everything is so top secret. Nothing's released until it's released, unlike video games and movies where we know things months and years out, right? And then as a consumer of these products, I always have to hedge my bets. Like something gets released, do I want to go on this thing? Because if I do, I'm risking not having cash for something that might be better around the corner or worse. So I don't have any kind of like solid inside info. But what I do have is I keep my ear open. And what I've found over my last 3 years of really focusing on this hobby is that when rumors keep coming around with an increasing frequency, they tend to happen. And so over the last couple of weeks and then just into this week, things started to kind of, appear from the fog, as it were, for like the next, say, 6 releases from, I don't know, one of the Illinois pinball companies. Let's just call them Stern. So I cobbled these together and just put it out there like, if this is correct or, whatever, I just want to gauge the interest, and get a discussion going about it. And so here we are. Let's discuss.
So, like, so what we're gonna do? Are we gonna do all 6? Or are we gonna like name these? Because again, we had to preface this with this is speculative, rumored.
Not official at all.
Not official. Do not take this to the bank as ironclad. This is what's coming next by whom or anything like that. But I will say that there's definitely multiples of these that are for sure in the works. But a couple of them I was like, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, and it was
going off. I'm trying to make sure who it is. Waiting to see if it was like George Gomez or something like that.
Oh shoot, yeah. Don't get Papa George mad at me.
Yeah.
And this isn't like an info dump from any one person. This is just kind of like, I hear these little things and then I notice patterns when they come back up again. And then it can start out like insidious, like, oh, they can do a music pin sometime in the next year and a half. I'm like, great, Nostradamus, no crap. But then they start to solidify a little bit more, and you put the clues together, and what would make business-ish sense, not what I personally want, but what I could see a corporation coming to, and that's kind of how this all came up.
So, I mean, let's just get the next one out of the bag, which I think is like the strong rumors that we have currently is that Borg is next, and he's coming with Star Wars. And there was a lot of speculation going around of which Star Wars. Is it the new one? Is it the 1, 2, 3 episodes? But like, no, it's going to be the original again. It's going to be like 4, 5, 6.
And as I dug into this a bit more, he did the original Data East Star Wars back in the day. Mm-hmm. And they like to reach back for ideas and, remaster them for the new. So wouldn't it be something if this Data East game was kind of refreshed and brought up to modern standards with that awesome R2 ramp that goes around in a circle? Or it could be completely different or something completely different altogether. I don't know. But that seems to be like the most solid thing. Throw me for a loop a little bit when they announced the home version showing up at Costco. And it's like, okay, well, is that where people were getting the Star Wars news? Mm-mm. But then it kept getting hit with, no, actually, more Star Wars. So,
because even today, was it today that they released brand new art blades for Star Wars? I want to say there's like brand new art packages. Guys in chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was sent something earlier that like, hey, they have updated Star Wars art blades. So, I mean, Stern's obviously never going to drop Star Wars as a license. They're going to hold on to this thing and just milk this thing for as long as they possibly can.
Give me that Bantha milk, man. I'll be there every time.
And so by choosing 4, 5, and 6, they've already done it before. So a lot of this is already familiar territory for them, which is safe, which is the kind of territory that they're kind of going in right now, especially with the soft market. So it just makes more sense that it would be the original 4, 5, and 6 again, kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
and it's been a year since they had a Disney license with X-Men last September. So here we are 1 year later, September. We'll see if we're right.
Yeah, we'll see. So that's more than likely coming up probably towards the end of this month, maybe even the middle.
Yeah, X-Men was like September 4th last year, so I'm thinking first, second week of September.
Yeah, we'll probably get an announcement
different.
end of August, and then the reveal probably early September.
That would make sense.
If history repeats itself, we're going to get a remastered.
A remaster?
Around Expo time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so, what's the current information that you have on that?
I mean, what I've been hearing over and over again is The Walking Dead, another board title, right? A game that I've always kind of really liked the layout of it. It's unique enough, but familiar enough. There's things to bash. It's grotesque, but it's got that damn DMD. And like, I like the LCD assets, you know, when I see stuff or when a ball traps up or something, I can see a scene play out. So a little refreshing of the rules, you know, re-engineer things that maybe weren't perfect the first time. It's not my first choice for a remaster. That would be Tron, Ghostbusters, and Lord of the Rings. But here we are.
Yeah, and that's why I lean even more towards it's got to be The Walking Dead, because they're gonna do something that doesn't make sense. Yeah. It's like and from my perspective, so it's just like, okay, nothing against the game The Walking Dead. I mean, it's just the theme kind of has died down. It's not currently popular. It doesn't really have nostalgia to it or anything like you have Tron and Ghostbusters. But I think since we have a screen with this one, not a dot matrix, and now we're gonna have to probably have all new licenses with actors and whatnot. But what if they just decide to go the comic book route?
Oh, there we go. That's new information. All right, I hadn't considered that.
Well, because
they've done comic art before.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
That leaves the door wide open for what all they can do when it comes to story, visuals on screen. I mean, they could do all kinds of stuff if it was the comic book version.
I'm picturing Zombie Yeti purples and oranges, but in Walking Dead for some reason, and my brain's having problems.
So, because like a part of me that a lot of us think that it should be Tron, because we got the new Tron movie coming out later this year. It's like, that would be the time to strike when, you know, the iron is hot kind of thing. But it's like, no, let's do The Walking Dead.
Give me some quarters, baby.
Stringer, thank you very much for the $2. Very much appreciated. Love you long time.
Solid.
But so like, I'm curious if that would go over well, because a lot of people only know The Walking Dead for the TV series.
Yeah, and you know, the game's available. You know, it's not like Metallica was, where it was still commanding high prices, or freaking Ghostbusters. So like, how much demand is there? And we said the same thing about Jaws 50th, and that thing's flying off the shelves. So yeah, right.
And I think if they do the visuals, like the improvement that they did with Metallica, I still think that Metallica has some of the best visuals that Stern has done to date.
Amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, I was like that's probably the best I've seen that you guys have done. It looks so great, and I'm not even a Metallica fan, but I recognize greatness when I see it. So it's kind of curious if like how they're going to do this with The Walking Dead. And I'm like, well, maybe if it was all the comic book, then there's a world of possibilities that they could do with that kind of thing.
All right. Well, I think we just nailed it.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see come Expo. Will we see 2-hour lines like we saw with Metallica, though? That's the question.
Oh, God. I don't know. So what are we hearing that's coming after the remastered?
So January, we've been hearing this for a year or so, the Pokemon rumor. Gotta catch them all, 150 monsters. Is it Jack Danger? Is it Elwyn? Is Jack off of it and Elwyn's onto it? Or maybe, within this launch window, maybe Jack's design part is done and he's floated off to streaming and things, and then this will just kind of float through the queue while everybody gets the assets and everything where it needs to be, code and all that. But that's what I'm hearing, I guess, for the January spot.
So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards also, is like, you know, we know that Jack said that, you know, there's basically a segue between what he was doing at Stern when it comes to designing to what he's about to be doing as being head of community. So I kind of like what you said right there, when it comes to the design portion being done, now comes all the other assets and materials and code and everything like that. So we're looking at Pokemon by Jack Danger Q1.
Yeah, and I could see coming off of the third project and saying, you know what, can I just take a little break here? Let me skip a release window and go stream some stuff. That way, I haven't talked to him, but that would make sense to me.
Mm. So, in your opinion, how do you think Pokemon would do in this industry / with the hobby of the people and everything?
I mean,
Were you in Pokemon?
So I was a little bit older for it. My brother
Mhm.
definitely was, and then people to this day still play Pokemon cards and all that. I will say that my non-pinball friends, when they ask me about machines, they keep coming up, "Hey, is that Pokemon game out yet?" Because they've heard me talk about it, and they're like, "Oh, that's something I think I would get for my house. My kids would love it, whatever."
Mhm.
So yeah, actually, I think all the pieces are there.
Yeah, I think Pokemon is a huge license. I just don't know how many people in this hobby are, champing at the bit for it, kind of thing. But I think
Mhm.
there's a lot of closeted Pokemon lovers out there that are just not saying that they love Pokemon. Because I meet a lot of people that are like all about it. And I grew up, I think, right there at the time period of when Pokemon was a big deal. There was the Game Boy Red versus Blue or whatever it was. I just never got into it. But I know a
Right.
lot of people that did, and they love it. The most I ever got into Pokemon was like Smash Brothers, and so that's the only characters I know was like Pikachu and other. I see. I don't even know it that much, but I think there's a lot that they could do, and I think that's where Insider Connected will just take off.
It's perfect for Insider Connected. Now that they've had games that have come out that you've leveled up before, this would be like the ultimate one, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it would do awesome. So I'm
right.
thinking if that's happening, maybe January.
Okay. So then after we got Pokemon, I think this is when we get into some territory that people probably haven't been talking about.
Completely off the rails, but like as much as I was like, there's no way, no way. And then it keeps coming back like, actually, yeah. So now here the order may be a little bit out of order, but what I'm hearing is they're going to reach down into the Transformers well again and bring back another title. Is it a movie? Is it Generation 1? No idea.
And so who are we thinking that's going to do that one? Is that going to be Eddie? More
I think
likely?
I think Eddie and team would be back up. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say in regards to that. So, like I said, when I saw your thing, I was like, I haven't heard about that one kind of thing. But
It's something that's not in my top 10, but I can see it. I can see somebody in a corporate boardroom once they go through all the assets and everything and pitch it, where it could kind of come out of committee like that. And so that's what makes me think there might be some truth to it.
Yeah, so I'm definitely curious, especially of which version they decide to go for. I don't think we're going to see a movie version. I would hope it would be Transformers like nostalgia version.
How cool would that be? Yeah, like the original cartoon.
Yeah.
My name is Optimus Prime. Oh,
yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty damn cool.
So
I would be much more behind that instead of showing me like movie stuff. And like, no, I'd definitely be up for that.
Mm-hmm,
so then what do we got coming supposedly after that?
So I've been hearing for like 2 years that they're getting a video game license and not Pokemon. And I've heard Call of Duty, but now I'm hearing more Fallout. What do you think of that?
This is the one that I'm excited about. For the whole year of 2026 from Stern, this is the game where I'm like, yeah. Because, and this is where I was honestly thinking that it would be a Dwight-coded game because of how he likes the whole RPG and leveling up aspect. And then you have Fallout, which implements that. And it's like, okay, the next question alongside that, is it going to be with the new TV series that's on Amazon? Or is it going to be video game? And I prefer the video game because that gives them much more freedom to do whatever they want. And I think that's probably the path that they're going to choose.
Yeah. Again, you could implement leveling. There's a lot of world building that's happened within that license. When I first heard this, my first thought went to Borderlands, and I was like, "Oh God, no, not that." But then I'm like, "Oh no, wait, this is Fallout. This is like the bomb shelters, the post-apocalyptic stuff. Okay, Nuka-Cola or whatever. I get it. All right, so yeah, I could get more on board that. Who would be up for it? I guess this would be Elwyn.
That would be a home run. Because that would give me a lot more confidence because I already love the theme in general. And you have Elwyn who can design a game and it's going to shoot pretty damn good. So I'm just curious about the coding on that. That's why I said I was like that's weird because I feel like if it was going to be a Dwight game with just the way it would need the RPG aspect on it, but maybe he's got people in the shoot now, like maybe
Get
Elizabeth
some,
and everything, and
get Elizabeth all over it. Have
Mhm.
Dwight there to spit some ideas. I think that would be the win then for 26.
Yep, that would be that's the one out of all the games that I'm aware of where I'm like, that's the next one from Stern that I'm excited about, type of thing.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be really cool looking. I'm curious to see where they go with it when it comes to whether it be the show versus the game. I really do hope it's the game because I think that just gives them much more freedom, and I think that's what they'll want to do anyways because it seems like the whatever saves them money on licensing and everything like that. That's the path that they're more than likely going to take.
Makes sense. Yeah, less chance for headaches of licensors changing their mind halfway down when something's already basically finished. Nobody wants that. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
Right. So what are we seeing after Fallout then?
So it would probably be that's the remaster window would be like late September, October, and I keep hearing Music Pin, and I'm thinking what remastered Music Pin, and the leading rumor now, AC/DC, Akadaka, Hell's Bell.
Again, I think a lot of people would prefer some other games over AC/DC, but it's not like AC/DC is a bad game. But I just think I think there's just preferences for them to bring some other games out, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think compared to Kiss or compared to Elvis, I would much rather see a remastered AC/DC given the option.
Yeah. And I think AC/DC came out around the time whenever I came to my first Texas Pinball Festival.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like the big thing. Either that one or Avengers. One of those two was from Stern, and they were promoting. I think actually it might have been Avengers first, and then it was AC/DC. So some people in chat are like, "Please, AC/DC." I mean, if they give AC/DC the same treatment that they did for Metallica,
expression lights, new art, that bell
visuals
mechanism
on
is
screen.
awesome. The shooter mechanism's awesome. The lower play field, take it or leave it. Huh? Maybe, yeah.
And it's like, then you have like George here in chat's asking for Ozzy, and it's like I don't know. I mean, I think a lot of people hope for Ozzy because he just passed away. But like even if like since he just passed away, it's like you're still at least a year and a half to 2 years out for them to
Exactly.
probably even start working on an Ozzy pinball machine
Mhm.
or Black Sabbath. But so with
maybe they'll surprise us with Slayer, but that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So now we're through all the way towards the end of like next year. So then I guess that brings us to the last title of the year for upcoming next year.
Or January 27, yeah.
Yeah. So what are we looking at there?
That I don't know. I only heard those 6. After that, my crystal ball is fuzzy.
Damn, I guess I lost count. We've already gone through 6 titles already. Damn.
That was 6, yeah. Star Wars should be imminent. Then we'll get Walking Dead, Pokemon, Fallout,
AC/DC,
Akadaka. Am I missed Transformers?
Oh, Transformers. Okay, yeah. Okay, so
that'll be the Venom that comes out, fills a couple of months, and then it goes. I don't know.
So guys, out of curiosity, if that lineup for Stern bodes true, how excited are you for next year, kind of thing? I'm definitely curious on where people stand on the potential of those titles being what's released next year from Stern Pinball.
Yeah, could be completely wrong. I have no idea. No official inside information came to me. No one person was like, "Here's a bunch of assets." I didn't see any plastics at the factory. I wasn't digging through the dumpsters. But it's just like little bits and pieces I've been collecting over the last few months, and it's been increasing the last couple of weeks for whatever reason. That's what we got.
So far, I'm not getting a lot of positive feedback on what 2026 looks like.
I also am not, because I did the same thing.
I was like, I saw your list, and I was like, well, I know a couple of those, but if the rest of those are what's coming out, then I'm not looking forward to next year. But I guess my wallet is.
Right. Yeah. So that's what's mucking through the rumor mill here.
All right. Well, that's what I wanted to reach out to you for. I wanted that people to hear it from the horse's mouth, kind of thing. So that way, if this information starts spreading throughout, I want people to know what the source is, not what your sources are, but at least that that hey, this came from you, kind of thing. Otherwise, I could just say it, and then whenever it does come true, or if it does come true, I could be like, I was right.
Yeah.
Or I could say my source was right, because it's your knowledge is only as good as your source, kind of thing, your information, kind of thing. So,
and if nothing else, it's a little bit of mental exercise and some workshopping and focus grouping.
So either one, people can pray for it to be true, or people can pray for it to be wrong.
We live in the reality that brought us ABBA, that brought us Barrio's Barbecue Challenge. Anything can happen.
All right, Don. I'm wrapping it up. I've been here about an hour now. Thank you for tuning in, or thank you for joining in here and divulging all the information out there. We'll see if it comes true by all means, and if it does come true, I'll be sure to say that I was right. And no. All right, but get back to work, man. I'm gonna close this up, man. Take it sleazy. Love you long time.
All right, buddy. Like and subscribe. Bye.
All right, guys. So it's just me and you. That was my guests for this evening. So let's give a little bit of a back and forth between what kind of information we just got, and let's divulge what we're talking about here. Cary, what do you think will actually make it to market? Like what from Stern? Fallout and Pokemon will feel like the standouts. It's like, as much as I don't really care for Pokemon, I think that game's gonna do pretty damn good. I mean, there's a lot of closeted Pokemon fans out there. Extremely excited for Pokemon and Fallout. Definitely for Fallout. And for those that don't know anything about Fallout, just bear with us. I think you're really going to enjoy it, especially if they implement a lot of things. It's got to be one of those things where it's a choose your own adventure. That would make Fallout really good, because there's so many different factions in Fallout that you could do. Go this direction for this, go this direction for that. So if it's like a choose your own adventure, I think that would be pretty interesting. Jojo Rice, meh. If true, I'll be hoping for Beetlejuice from Spooky instead. I think we're supposed to get an official, probably release from Spooky, maybe November? I don't know. So I'm not divulging information I shouldn't. I'm merely speculating. I'm just saying, if history repeats itself, then probably late November to early December is where we tend to get a release. But I will tell you that if you want to play their next title before anybody else, then you may want to go to Pinball at the Beach, because they will be there just as they were last year with their Evil Deads, and that's where a lot of people got to play Evil Dead for the first time. You almost got me to say it there, Johnny. You almost got me to say it. Pinball Studio, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Stern needs to make a head-to-head pin to battle other players on location. With Insider Connected and leveling up, they could make it pretty awesome to battle Pokemon versus each other. I think if they do the whole Pokemon thing with Insider Connected, it's going to be about going to certain locations to obtain certain Pokemon, because you got to catch them all. You're only going to get certain Pokemon if you go to a certain show, and that's where Insider Connected is going to just blow the F up. There's so much that they could do with it. And if you really want to piss off a lot of people, and this is not my idea, I think this is actually an idea from Kaneda, or something that he heard, is that the LEs potentially could be shipping out with random art packages with different Pokemon. So for those high-end FU money collectors out there, they're going to be like just trying to scour the internet for anybody that's got a Pikachu, or anybody that's got a fluffy whatever. I don't know the names of these things. Yeah, Pokemon Go, the Pinball Edition. Yeah. I figure with the new Tron movie this year, Tron remake would be the best. Yeah, and that's how you can get a good idea of what Stern is going to do. You go, What would make sense? What would make them the most money? Okay, let's do the opposite. Like, so we got Stranger Things series finale coming up towards the end of the year. You would think that they would do something special with Stranger Things, whether it be a re-release or maybe a major code update or something like that. Who knows? They still could, but I doubt it. Transformers the cartoon movie would be sweet. I'm hoping that my audio is coming in pretty straightforward now and it's not doing what it was earlier. I apologize, guys. I definitely will look into this. For whatever reason, it's wanting to auto adjust to keep me from peaking, and I kind of wish it would do a better job of not doing that. Power Rangers would print money. Would it? I mean, without a doubt. I mean, I grew up in the Power Rangers age. I had a crush on Kimberly, growing up, but I don't know if I would want a machine dedicated to it. As a gamer, I'd love to see Halo or Uncharted. Well, Halo, if rumors are correct, should be coming from Play Mechanics / CGC. And if that's true, then you're looking at another couple of years, because you know how fast CGC is. Who was supposed to have G.I. Joe? Was it American? Not to my knowledge. I think G.I. Joe, if it was to be done, would be done by Barrels of Fun. But Brian, I believe, who still may own the rights to that, it didn't seem like it would be a theme that they would actually do. Like I said, I really don't know. I'm merely speculating on that kind of thing. Would I think it would do well? More than likely. I think if they do it like the cartoon style, I don't see why not. Did you get rid of Deadpool? Yes, I did sell Deadpool to my local arcade. And what did I get in its place? I don't think I got it. Oh, yeah, no. Like what I did, I sold Deadpool, and that went towards getting the King Kong. Hoping to get my Medieval Madness Merlin before 26. I hope you do too, man. It sucks that CGC takes forever to get their games out. Barbie Dreamhouse Pinball, anybody? I'm curious about that. Would you think Barbie would do really well? I almost want to throw up a poll right here. Let's see here. That's not what I want to do. Start a poll. Which would you prefer? That's not gonna... Can I change that? Okay. And, what was the other one? Oh, yeah, Pokemon. I'm mainly just curious on this. It would kill our location and be the dream getaway for all dads to get wife and daughters involved. My daughters, they never talk about Barbie. So I'm kind of curious if that still is something that even children these days are interested in, because there's so many other toys out there. It's an oversaturation, kind of like how our pinball market is right now. Way oversaturated. Hey, Franchi, are you still on here? So good. Let's see if Franchi's still on here or not. I'm curious about something. The LE Bubblegum Pink Armor. Man, that would definitely stick out. That would draw attention without a doubt. Does Barbie twerk? Strawberry shortcake, yes. Christopher Franchi Barbie art. That's not what I was asking about. Oh man. Kids would love a Taylor Swift. Ugh. I don't. So that's my main question right there. It's like, let's vote right now. Hold on. Let's start this so I can keep track. So, what games are allegedly coming out next year from Stern? So, we got. Let's see which one is the most anticipated out of the alleged lineup. So first we got well, we pretty much know Star Wars and The Walking Dead's next. So let's do the one that's in 2026. Let's do Pokemon and what was it? AC/DC, Transformers, Fallout. Okay. So out of these, so it looks like 86% people will say Pokemon. Sorry guys. Let's see, out of 3, 4. Okay. Pokemon, AC/DC, Transformers. I thought I added an option right there. And Fallout. Out of these 4, if you could only have one, like seriously, don't, like, let's just take money out of the equation. We're just strictly going on theme. All. Not about do equality, designer out of the question, theme alone. Out of these 4, which one do you choose? I wonder if Borg's Indiana Jones was returned to Star Wars. It's like Indiana Jones, if you were going to do another Indiana Jones, it would have to be the old movies because not many people like the new movies. You can't. I picked Fallout for my friend. Is there a poll? Yes, I posted it up just now. I'm not sure if you're watching on your TV or on your phone, but if you're on your phone, it should have prompted. So far in the lead, it's Fallout. With AC/DC in second. Since Stern did D&D, like to see a Final Fantasy. See, I don't... As much as I would love to say Final Fantasy would be great, I think it's still not going to reach a lot of people. And you got to remember, Stern is the big fish. They need to make a game that reaches the most amount of people. So they're digging into nostalgia. They're going to be playing it safe. And they need a license that is universally recognized. They can't pump out something niche. That's the glorious thing about being a boutique manufacturer, is they had the ability to go, we just need X amount of 100 of these games to sell. Stern can't say, well, we just need
Give me some quarters, baby.
300 of these games to sell. Russell, thank you very much for the $20. Very much appreciated. We all missed your content, Cary. Thanks for the tonight. Sharpe was an awesome bonus. You're very welcome, Russell. Thank you very much for the support also. He is a Patreon supporter. Mario is a safe pick. Yeah, Mario is easy safe pick, but that is also an easy moneymaker on location. Whoever gets Mario, every arcade, every single friggin' one will purchase that game. As much as a lot of people don't care for the gameplay of the Gottlieb Mario Brothers, it kills on locations because it's universally recognized. Everyone knows who Mario is. Everyone knows who Sonic is. Quarters go in. All right, let's end the poll right there. It looks like Fallout wins with a 41% out of only 37 votes. So it's a very small pattern kind of thing. All right. But but it also needs to be an amazing game. The smaller guys are stepping it up, especially in the value area. $10K for a fully loaded machine versus a Stern LE at $14K. And this is the glorious thing about boutiques as well, especially when it comes to Spooky Pinball, what they're going to be offering at the end of this year. I mean, in case you guys don't already know, that I will be getting this game. Spooky's next. It's mine. Unless something drastic happens, it's gonna be back here. If you haven't already got your name on a list, which is free by the way, reach out to your distro that supports Spooky Pinball and get your name on a list. I wonder. I was going to ask Franchi if he was still on here, but he's not on here. Maybe I can get someone from Spooky Pinball on here. Let me see. No guarantees, but let me try. Let me reach out. Give me a minute here, guys. Evidently, my phone has been blowing up. Oh, my Atlanta. By the way, how's my audio coming in now? I haven't had to adjust it in a while. Is it coming in pretty clear for you guys? Spooky DJ, I'm lurking, but I probably don't have the info you want. Let me reach out to Bug. Let me just call him. He's probably trying to sleep or he's probably doing something. Hold on. I can easily just blame the alcohol. He ain't gonna answer. Oh, man, what are you wearing? Oh, man, I didn't mean to disturb you. What? Well, I'm currently in a live stream. And we're just, like, talking about everything pinball and everything. So we're currently on the subject of Spooky. And I'm telling them that, hey, if you don't have a spot for, you know, Spooky's next, then you need to call your distro and get your name on a list. But I was kind of curious if there's anything that I could tell the audience out here about what's coming from you guys, or if you just want to keep your lips shut and not worry about it, if there's anything that you want to divulge at this point in time. No, they can't hear you. I can probably put you on speaker. Oh, I just wanted to, hold on.
Whenever you want. I'm ready whenever.
Okay, you're on speaker now.
All right, here's the deal. Chris Franchi art. We got standard body cabinet. We got 3 flippers. We got pop bumpers. And we got something that eats the ball. There we go.
Something that eats the ball. There we go. That's what everybody wants. We just want something that eats the damn ball. Jaws the Revenge. All right, man. I'll let you get back to having dinner and everything. I didn't want to take up too much of your time. All right. Love you long time. Bye. Will do. Spooky Bug says hi, everyone. So hopefully there's you a little bit. I don't know why I'm still wearing headphones. I don't need to. Bug eats the ball. I try to do what I can for you guys. I try to save you money where I can. I try to, like, get the info where I can. So I think there's even some more details on Pinball at the Beach that I can divulge. Let me see here real quick. Let's see here. Social events on Friday, Saturday evening will include contemporarily adult beverages and food courtesy of various sponsors, and I think he may have a Bloody Mary / mimosa bar on Sunday morning, so that's still in the air on that. And there's karaoke that I may or may not attend again this year. It's usually hosted by John Borg, but that seemed to go pretty well, was the karaoke thing last year. Oh, I can't support Spooky after the screwing I got on Rob Zombie. Beetlejuice will hurt since I'll want it. And I think this is something that has changed with this title. And this is something I'm glad that has changed. And that's been the burden that Spooky is, a badge that they've had to wear, is that some people have had issues with QC. That's why a lot of locations weren't purchasing Spooky games. But Evil Dead, something changed. For the better, obviously. And locations, the only problem that they tend to have is that their cash box is filling up, which is a good problem to have. Now, granted, this is, one, but it's a big one change that has occurred in their history, which I'm excited about because I really am looking forward to the next game. And so I'm hoping that the quality and everything is there for that one. Yeah, see, my local can't keep Scooby or Halloween running. Makes me sad. Yeah, Pinball Studio, they have come a long way. And even they joke about this. Even like Spooky Lucas even said it himself. He's like, yeah, it only took us a decade to learn how to build a pinball machine. So, but with the way that they have their line set up and everything, I think they've learned a lot. That's one thing that they have learned from mistakes. They listen to you guys out there and they follow through. And that's something that I think a lot of manufacturers are not doing as well. I think definitely every manufacturer is listening, but I think Spooky has got their ear closer to the ground and is more willing to listen to us out there. And what they've got coming, as long as they keep their QC in check, they're printing money for the next 3 to 4 years, guys. And that's all they've got to do. Like, guys, just keep putting Franchi on art to where it just looks as pretty as it does. Keep implementing the theme as well as you have been. And make your QC great. And that's all we pretty much ask for from any manufacturer. But it's just sadly can't be that way. My Evil Dead has been rock solid, not even a reboot. That's awesome to hear. Gotta roll, gang. Pinquest. Thank you very much, Neil, for tuning in. Hopefully, people talk to their location owners, and maybe we can get Pinquest to start spreading around the hobby. My Halloween hasn't had any problems. So this is the thing that always happens. And you've always got, like, when I do my videos and I talk about I'm having issues with this or I'm having issues with that, you're always going to have that person that has the perfect machine. And even me with my King Kong, I've had problems that people go, mine works just fine. People's arms that fell off their King Kong, mine are just fine. There's always an outlier. But we're going to be wrapping this up here in the next few minutes because I need to eat me some dinner. All I've got in me is bourbon, which isn't the worst thing. And if you go to Pinball at the Beach, you're going to see a lot more bourbon. And something I'm going to look into, because when it comes to sponsorship and hosting these events and everything, I'm going to look into potentially hosting one. I don't know what that costs, but it will obviously be something through my patrons out there. I just can't see Beetlejuice being as big to print money for years. Please be one of other IPs. And that's the thing, is that I'm not saying that one particular game is what's going to print them money. I'm just saying over the next 3 or 4 years, what they've got coming, theme-wise alone, it's going to speak to the majority of people out there. Why is my mic so low? No, don't tell me it's doing this crap again. It keeps adjusting, and I'm going to fix that. I mainly have that for whenever I'm like recording a video, so that way it's consistent. But when I'm doing things live and I'm moving around a lot, my Wave XLR adjusts to what I'm doing. So I apologize if my audio is ducking more than it should be. You going to be at Expo this year? I haven't signed up yet. I know I need to go. I just don't know if I'm going to be there all weekend. I don't think I need to be there all weekend. I think I just need to go there for a day, play all the new stuff, visit and chit-chat with everybody there, have some drinks, have some fun, and then make my way back to Texas. Because my work schedule will potentially change between now and then, or it could not. I'm currently training new techs to basically take my position on this particular shift. Rum is better. It depends on the rum, Audio Enslaved. I've had some really good rum. It was from Florida, and it was something, I don't even know the brand, but it was like something coconut, and it tasted like it was poured directly from a coconut, and I love me some coconut. Delicious. Beetlejuice will sell out so quick. Getting a bourbon room at Pinball at the Beach. I don't think I'll have a room like for drinking. That's the thing about Pinball at the Beach, in case you guys aren't aware. There's so many places to go and eat and drink there. And I don't want to say pinball is secondary, but that's the glorious thing about this show, is that there's limited amount of people that can even attend. It's targeting the exclusive experience. So you don't have to worry about going and waiting in these long lines to play these new games, because there's literally only 1,000 people that can potentially be there. And those 1,000 people have the ability to go to these nearby restaurants, to the ocean that is merely 40 yards away. That's the glorious thing, is that instead of my wife being in the room reading or writing a book or whatever, she can just go to the beach. And then there's times where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have me a drink and I'm going to go to the beach, kind of thing. We'll be there at Pinball at the Beach. I'm telling you guys, in case you missed it earlier today, I mean, I'll let all the information out on my Patreon. They, too, will be the first ones to know the promo code and everything to save you some money on the tickets. The current price, I believe, for Pinball at the Beach for a full weekend pass is $199. There are no single day passes. That's not going to happen. Like I said, they're targeting the exclusivity of it. Come to Houston Expo this fucker. Maybe if my work schedule has changed, then I should be able to there, Russell. And the $199, that's before my discount code. I don't know how much the discount code's going to save. I'm going to assume $25. Try it, the VIP experience, guys. All right, guys, let's bring this to a close. An hour and a half. I think this went pretty good. Like I said, in case you missed it, we had Roger Sharpe on here earlier. It's his birthday for the next 2.5 hours. So by all means, send him a message, post on his Facebook. A lot that we have in this industry is thanks to that man right there. And I feel completely, I'm still... it's awesome that I got to share the conversation that me and him had with all of you out there. And potentially, if that's something that interests you to have a further discussion, I would love to have an interview chat with him, a recorded session or something like that. Or if you want it to be live, I'm sure we might be able to rearrange that as well, kind of thing. But I have no problems just sitting back and letting them go. And I know a lot of people want to keep their podcast to a certain time frame, and I completely understand that. But then you have people like me that are just like, let the man talk. Let him do his thing. This is a fountain of knowledge here. Let him talk. All right, guys. Thank you for joining the stream. Love you guys a long time. Hopefully you had a good time as well. Hopefully you got some information out there that was pretty interesting. We'll see if all the rumors and everything bode to be true when it comes to Stern's lineup for next year. But I think the Star Wars thing, I'll probably do a video on this one coming up soon and talking about that. It's like it's got to be Star Wars. But yeah, more of that to come. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.